Hello and welcome to Trentendo. That's Trentendo.
Why do you start these and not do them right?
Go, you do it.
I mean, are we doing something special this week, or is it just...
No, it's just a normal episode.
It's a normal episode,
It's a normal...
and you're starting it out...
I'm sorry,
How many episodes do we have to do of normal stuff?
I just think it's really weird that you're standing so far away from me.
Hola!
Oh, hey!
Hi.
Look who it is.
They don't know who I am.
Favorite. You guys all recognize him from his emails that he sends us.
He looks just like
I look just like my emails.
Don't you recognize him? This is Shanogle, aka Shane, aka
Hola.
Shane Ogle. And we have matching shirts on.
Yeah.
Me too.
No reason for that.
No reason.
Yeah, just hanging out.
Yeah.
I'm here every time. I just decided to come up here this time.
He's usually running the camera.
Yeah.
This is our cameraman. That's the
Yeah.
secret. And boom.
And we're just finding out that he can be played by two boom mics and
We can replace him with a stand.
yeah.
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 Well, very nice of these guys to let me come in front of the camera this one time.
Welcome to the Preacher Podcast, brought to you by the Baltic Trentendo. My name's Trent. That's Nate.
Hi.
That's Shanogle.
Hola.
Joining us all the way from the dirty, from the deep south. He came all the way up here just for this podcast.
I mean, it's the only reason. I don't care about you guys at all. I just care about the show.
Absolutely. So yeah, that was exciting.
So this is, yeah.
After that bit of theatricality,
Yeah.
I was like, how much longer are we gonna?
That was it was
You weren't popping up, and I was like,
I was waiting
Well,
for the signal.
I was waiting for us
we
to say
didn't
names.
set a signal.
We were gonna say names, and then he was gonna come up.
We agreed on
This-
that when he wasn't in the room.
Yeah.
Why we don't?
This is why we don't
plan.
try to plan things. Like, believe it or not, this isn't scripted.
I know it's hard to tell.
As
It's
things
like-
are on fire and
It's like
failing.
things are on
Yeah.
fire, and we're all disappointed, and it's just like,
What is
There's ghosts in the room.
nice? Yeah.
yeah. And then we're sad. So we're like,
And our pants fall down.
None of this is planned at all.
This is like Whose Line Is It Anyway when they make a noise and then they have to they say what's going on or they act out
Yes,
what's going on.
yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to do this thing, and it's not what he thinks.
someone
it is.
called the police.
That are apparently riding witch brooms from the 50s
Yeah.
in tornadoes.
Hold on, there's some birds coming over.
The Native American birds.
Stereotypical Native American
Stereotypically
birds.
Native
Yeah.
American
Oh, I
birds.
think it's like a loon. You know, go to Minnesota, state bird, loon.
Sure.
Okay.
I've never been to
Let's do the
Minnesota.
podcast.
Let's go to the Nip York Podcast Pod Quiz.
Woo!
And since there are two contestants playing, I will give them each a thing.
This week it's not just me. If you want to send in your questions to the pod quiz so that I can answer them and look like a buffoon, send them to balticvec@gmail.com. This guy sends them in and I have to answer them and I
Yeah.
feel real stupid a lot of the time.
So we have, I have two vibra slaps here. These are vibra slaps.
That's a silly name.
It is a silly name.
It's a silly instrument.
Now, one is made of wood. This one's made of wood, and this one has metal. The thing. To play this, you ever heard? You know, cake. They use Cake, the band. Okay.
The guy said,
So that's a lower, more resonant one. And this one's a little bit louder. It could cut through. This is the rock and roll one.
apologies to the earbud listeners right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I'll take the metal one.
You are more metal than I am.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And you're the classical one.
Okay. Classical.
All right. So we have some questions from Bricktails.
Woo!
We also have questions from Oh no,
No,
we don't.
we don't.
We don't.
No.
Wait. You didn't write
He didn't
questions?
submit question.
I didn't think it was fair. You want me to have submitted questions that I know the answers to? Sure, yeah, I would have,
I
but
think
now
you
I
should
didn't.
do it now.
All right. This one's a 4 for Foxy.
Excuse me, let me go type up an email real quick
Okay.
and send in some questions. Okay.
4 for Foxy.
4 for Foxy.
We're getting out of hand with this.
And I'm going to give you the name of a person.
And I'm trying very hard not to look at this thing.
Oh
here,
yeah. I'm going to give you the name of a relative of that kid in the orphanage. And you're
Okay.
going to tell me how that person died.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool.
And you buzz, and I say go. Okay. His mom.
Dad stabbed her.
Correct. 1 for Shinogo.
I didn't even move.
You don't have to let me win just because.
I'm not. I was like, and then
His dad. Go ahead.
Oh.
Shot by the mom.
Yep. His aunt.
She choked on a prune.
Nope. -1. His aunt.
Oh, I can steal?
Yes. Steal.
His aunt, I don't remember.
Okay. His aunt's meth lab blew up.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
His grandmother. Ooh, that was a tie. Shit, try goes to Trench. Get that point back.
Choked on a prune.
Choke on a peach pit.
God damn it.
Yeah, same thing.
That's
They're the
a
same
neg-
family.
Don't just give it to me.
They're both stupid fruits.
-2.
So let me tell you this. Who
Peach
puts
is stupid? You think peach is stupid?
No, peach is delicious,
Peaches
but who
are-
puts the whole
whatever.
peach? Who puts the you? Have you ever eaten a peach?
Yes.
Yes, you're from the south. You're like that's.
It's a rec requirement. Yeah.
So you're eating it. You're eating it. You're eating
messy.
it. You have a pit. You're
know-
eating it. Do you ever do this?
Do you know who eats a whole peach? Dead people.
Yeah.
Also, grandmas who have Alzheimer's and should have somebody watching after them,
Yeah.
I would say.
Ooh, a giant nut.
Now I
My
will say
great-granddad,
this.
we had to not give him Hershey's Kisses because he would eat the foil. I'm just saying.
It's not that bad. Did his poop come out wrapped in little?
I was very young. I don't remember.
These are questions that should be asked. That's the first thing I would ask. Did it still have the little paper coming out of the top? The human body's a magical machine. I would love to, I'm just curious. I
don't know.
Not curious enough to eat a whole one.
I think you should try. And does that little piece of paper stay on?
That's an experiment.
Guys, it was floating in the water like a fucking mermaid.
I'm up here for a few days. We can try this experiment.
We're gonna
if we
try
need to.
this.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna eat that cheese so I can make it go through me. Okay.
It's not how cheese works.
Oh, does for me. How hard can it be to find an Irish demon carted off by a hooting pack of keep wearing nobodies? Trent.
I mean, it is New Orleans.
Correct.
Yeah!
Good answer.
Thanks. Shane just got back from New Orleans.
I did just get back from New Orleans,
Boy,
and,
his arm's tired.
and as I said in my email, I did not find any swamp witches or vampires, unfortunately.
Rip off.
Yeah. I want my money back. What is this shit?
Who the hell's Mrs. Rosen?
Dudio's mom, who is also a good defense if somebody comes looking for anybody.
Yep.
Okay.
Correct. Dudio's mom.
For interlopers.
Interlopers, thank you.
Dudio.
Dudio is my friend.
Dudio.
My friend Stephanie started using that term when we were in high school, and it got stuck in my head. Now, anytime I don't remember somebody's name, they're just called Dudio.
Is Dudio the male studio?
It's
Yes.
just anybody.
Studio's the male studio.
Male, female, whatever. Just Dudeyo, Dudio.
But studio is means the
Studio.
girl that got away.
No, studio's the sound a drum roll makes, apparently.
Hold on.
It's not, but that's what Phil Collins says. Studio
He is absolutely. We need to. Where's
wrote
Phil
this-
Collins right now?
I know.
Get Phil
That's
Collins on the
horseshit.
line.
Yeah.
That's a terrible.
I'm gonna call him and I'm gonna say I saw what
wait,
you did.
wait.
I'm gonna say I saw what you did.
That's good. Wait, you're telling me
If
the
you
drummer?
tell me you're drowning,
You're
Oh.
telling me the
You
drummer.
wouldn't even lend a hand.
yeah.
The
I would.
drummer of the band wrote a song named after the sound of drum makes. The drummer.
Yeah.
The drum guy.
Yes.
I fucking hate that song now. God.
It's a most
Studio.
beautiful song.
Do.
Why was I reminded of Harry Potter this episode? Trent.
Stupid flying scene?
Ooh,
Nope.
turning into a cat.
Correct.
Yes.
Good call.
I gotta remind myself of something.
Okay.
There was something that reminded me of something and I forget what it was.
What reminded you of anything?
You guys talk about
Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's coming as a Netflix show.
They picked the new Sabrina.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what are they going to
people
do?
are-
Use Melissa Joan Hart?
Yes. People are.
She's a teenage witch.
People are. People
Melissa
are,
Joan Hart is a 40-something Scientologist.
Wait, is it Sabrina they cast or is it Buffy? There's a Buffy revamp.
There's
too.
a Buffy revamp coming up, but it's not going to be a new Buffy. It's going to be like 20 years later, new Slayer.
Same Buffy,
Same universe,
Same universe.
new
different Slayer.
but has the game changed? Oh, it's like old times.
All right, I can't think of it, so it'll come to me. Cool. But
Okay.
it was a really good question. It was one of these reminded me.
Are
of.
these still Bricktails questions or
Yes,
you now?
this is
okay.
this is the final Bricktails
We're
question.
down to Shane's question.
We are, and I'll remind you, you're under oath. We are at -2 to 4.
Wow.
Wonderful. I'll take the -2.
Why was I reminded? I being Bricktails. Why was I reminded of Monty Python and the Holy Grail in this episode?
This is why we don't say shit.
I said it to
watched
you
it.
earlier when we were watching the episode, yeah.
Because the Allfather was like Mr.
do you know the name? Do you know the name?
I do, because it's the
Do you know
word
the
in
name?
the song. Mr. Creosote
Very good.
in
do you remember the movie?
meaning
I
of
told you.
life.
No, not the meaning of life.
Especially since the question said, why was I reminded of Monty Python and the Holy Grail in this episode?
No, it is
Wasn't the
the
Holy
meaning of life.
Oh, okay.
No, it's Holy Grail.
It's not in Holy Grail.
Yes,
Is he
it
talking
is.
about Mr.
Mr. Creosote's not in the Holy Grail.
Well, the guy who... Well, then this is what he's referring to.
Oh,
The guy who exploded.
Nope.
Oh, he's referring to something from Holy Grail, apparently.
Yeah.
Buzz in.
I don't know what he's referring to.
No, you have to guess it correctly so I can give you another point.
Oh, I already
You
messed
already
up.
guessed it.
If you
What
don't get
from
it,
Holy
let me
Grail?
have another guess, but not for points.
Something about the horse that they ate? I don't know.
Grandma was dead, but she got better. Just
Oh.
like the guy who was turned into a newt, but he got better. She turned me in, because like a lady was
Sorry,
a witch.
I
And
got so excited.
We went off on that whole other tangent, Bricktails. I'm sorry.
We had a conversation,
About the meaning of life.
and I was
Mr.
like,
Creosote exploding.
I'm gonna steal this from Shane.
And the worst part is that Trent had not seen the movie, and I got to explain you the whole scene with Mr. Creosote, and then you thought that it was the answer.
And guess what? I got a negative point for being a shithead.
I should have got a negative point for getting you into that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Whatever.
That's
Here
like
is-
the bank should be punished for me stealing their money.
Yeah,
That's not how
it's
that
their
works.
fault. They were asking for it with their
Well, if
sexy
they have-
money.
They
I was gonna say,
should have dressed that way.
If they have a stupid,
They knew they wanted it.
if they have a stupid tongue-based security system, then
Yeah.
they deserve it.
Eat shit, tongue-based security system. Next question.
Really telling big banks
How
tonight.
old is Cassidy?
119.
Correct.
No, he's been a vampire 119 years, right?
Nope. He's been
Is
a
that
vampire.
119?
He's been a vampire
Okay.
80 some years.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
Which is so that was a trick question because last week he said he's been a vampire for 80 some years. This week he said he's 119. So I was hoping that the 80 some years would still be planted in your heads.
119, but 80.
Correct. Yes. -2.
-2. New plan.
What kind of beer does Jody drink? Go ahead.
Diamond Lager.
Diamond Label beer.
Oh, sorry.
I'm giving it to you.
Yeah, it's the same
Meh.
thing. It might have been a lager.
What
Diamond Label lager.
treat is Grandma making? Go ahead.
Blondies.
Correct.
God damn.
You knew that when we
We
talked
had a
about it.
conversation at Applebee's. Yeah.
All right, now
I think he's letting me win, guys.
those
No,
are the
it was
questions.
slipping.
Unless I can think of what the other thing reminded me of.
Yeah, we gotta have a tiebreaker.
Yeah, it's really
Are
close.
we tied?
It's -2 to 7.
That's a tie in
Yeah.
these podcasts.
And I'm gonna give it to Trent on this one.
Yay! Kicked your ass.
Yeah,
You
negative.
did. Root for the home
I
team.
hold it too tight.
So what the?
Let's not do it too much. It does kill the audio.
Okay.
That
So
one's
it's
that one's better because it's
so-
like warmer. It's wooden.
It's wooden, and here I'll do it back here. So you can
Yeah.
change to make it like a different light.
We're all learning a lot today, folks.
That's the
That's
longest.
the one. That's the right
Anyway.
there. He almost had a guy make him leather holsters for those, and I fucking wish.
So you can pull them out at a moment's notice whenever you need them. That's awesome.
Yeah, and this is the second band he's used them in. The band he's with now and the last one. He's getting a
the
lot
last
of
band
mileage.
hated. The last band hated it when I used them.
Cormano hated it.
Oh,
Yeah, they totally hated it.
how about this?
What? What?
Yeah, they hated all my little toys.
Idiots.
I have a thing. How about this?
Sorry, Derek.
I have.
And
They're not watching this.
How about this?
Uh-oh.
Here's things that I thought might be asked. How about I ask you?
Ooh,
We
yeah.
do some
Why
stuff.
don't you ask both of us?
That's works.
Give me
Yes.
that
Oh,
Viper slap.
go get the things.
He loves being quizzed. That's why he does this, because he likes quizzing, and no one ever quizzes him.
Billy Quiz
And I feel bad, because you like bar trivia, you like all
Billy
this
Quiz
stuff.
Boy. That show's coming back. Okay.
Yeah.
Billy Quiz Boy here.
The other night when we were watching it, every time we press pause, I was like wanting. I was like, please. That's why I kept doing Billy Quizboy impressions because I wanted
To
you to do
get
it.
me to do Billy
Yeah,
Quiz Boy?
because I like hearing you do Billy Quizboy. I just like Billy Quizboy, and when it's not on, I wanted you to do Billy Quizboy. Someone please be Billy Quizboy.
What are you talking about? I like when he gets excited. It's so
How did
high-pitched.
you lose your eye? I don't know.
I
The
love
teacher's
when his
short, I
mom
don't
is
remember.
treating him like her little precious water baby.
Who's my little water baby? Yeah. I don't think I can. Is water baby bad? Should I stop saying it?
It's a little
Hydrocephalic?
Hydrocephalic, yeah, would be the correct term.
So what happens is a baby who's born with a really big head has full of water.
Oh.
Is it bad?
Hydrocephalic.
Some
Can you
people don't grow
die
out
of
of
that, or is it just
I
cause
mean, it's
mental
not
problems?
good.
Is it cause
I
quizboyness?
think so.
Well, you are supposed to have
it doesn't
brain in
cause
there,
you to be
not
good
water.
at quiz boy stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. When Arseface is standing there by the crater that used to be his hometown, there's a sign for a highway. Who knows what highway it was?
51.
69.
No.
51.
No.
Oh.
311, like the band from the 90s.
Oh.
I knew there was a 1.
-1 for both of us.
Okay, what was the sign at the orphanage? Yes.
Lone Star Orphanage, Low inventory, make us an offer.
Very good. I loved that.
I
that
thought
was great.
that either you or Bricktails would ask that question. You didn't ask any
I
questions.
would have asked that question.
You
if
are
I were-
asking the
if I
question
were
right
not-
now.
Okay.
Whoa! Quick, podception.
All right.
Podception. I
Let's
don't know why.
see. Skipping through some of these. What was the name of the place that they robbed?
The bank.
He buzzed in. What
The-
is the name of the bank?
The first bank. I accidentally hit my hand. I was gonna go, and I was like, "Wait, I don't know it."
Yeah, I don't know it either.
It's the Bank of the Bayou.
Ooh.
On a bank by you.
And
Well, they
I
love
have one
that.
more here.
The Bayou stuff down there. It's like Badger stuff up here. Really, just everything like
Everything's
Badger
the
fire
Bayou,
extinguisher,
whatever.
Bayou
Yeah.
fire
Oh,
extinguisher.
okay. Last one. What did Cass say that he would drink to feel something new?
It's for your car.
So far, so good.
That goes in the thing to make it not freeze. It's an antifreeze.
Specifically, he said,
Coolant.
yes, engine
there you go.
coolant.
Engine
that works.
coolant.
Yeah, good job.
It's a thing that you drink.
All
Here,
right,
makes you a
that's
little
it.
Bell's ballsy.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was great.
Yeah.
We don't quiz against each other ever.
What did I remind? Oh, I want to wish that question. Or want to wish that
I think
question.
you beat me.
I don't know. We didn't keep track.
Yeah, you really.
Let's go to the notes. Yeah.
Let's go to the replay.
All right. So
Oh.
that was that part of the show. Let's talk about. I'm off my game.
The name of the episode was Les Enfants du Singe, which means the elephants sing. What? What did you? What did you think about the episode, Shane?
I thought it was pretty good. It suffered a little bit from the same sort of sameness that we've had. I think you and I talked earlier about the bank scene was a nice, refreshing thing because it's something different. Also, I thought the scene of killers with Arseface was cool. I thought that they added enough new stuff to this episode that I was into it. But it's still, it suffered a little bit from
Same old shit, different day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And that's the thing we've all been wanting to get away from is, hey, look, we're at Grandma's house.
Oh,
So
Tulip's been
done.
captured again.
The comic was about a big road trip they were
I think
taking.
Tulip got captured twice in this episode, and Jesse got captured once.
Nate, what did you think about the episode?
It had some ups. It had some downs.
Yeah,
Yeah, had some ups. Had some downs.
sure.
Want to hear about some questions I had?
Is that the? Is that the?
I thought you already covered your questions.
Is that,
Oh.
Oh, you mean questions about?
Yeah, about the
Oh,
episode.
yeah. Okay.
So, but also, I'm so hungry I could eat a horse.
Yeah.
That's what he should have said in the thing. Oh, and also, what was the thing that I called?
Oh, it was amazing.
Oh, so Tulip's like, it's got this, a
Piece of
that,
cake?
a this. So in other words, I go, piece of cake. She goes, piece of cake.
yeah, it was amazing.
And this guy blew his mind because he was like, did you watch this already? I'm like,
'Cause-
no. He's like, did you?
Because I'll do that on stuff that I'll predict what's coming up. I'll say what's
Mm.
happening next, and it's I love that. This guy, that's why you guys don't remember the future saying fuck, was him calling something that he claims everyone should have figured it out.
I made one prediction one time, and he won't shut up about it like 3 years later.
Stevia.
longer than 3 years.
Stevia
Whatever.
is
Like,
rice.
when did
6
Breaking Bad end?
years?
No, they just had their 10-year anniversary of starting. They ran, 6 seasons?
5.
Okay, 6 years, though, because they split it up.
Okay.
So 4 years ago. I made one prediction 4 years ago, one time, and
And
he
he's
won't let
still
it
the
go.
future seeing fuck.
I'm not the future seeing fuck. I passed it on to Bricktails.
Oh.
He did.
I
right, you did
officially
the
passed it
queef-
on to
the-
Bricktails,
you-
yeah.
Yeah.
Just stop saying queef. I don't know if that's good or bad.
He queefed it on to Bricktail. So what happened to Hairstar's head? Did we ever talk about? Did that ever get covered, or did I miss something?
I didn't. All right, when I was watching it, I didn't get that, but my friend that I was watching it with said it's from when Tulip shot him when he was driving away in that one episode.
Oh.
Like, she grazed him.
But they didn't show that happening.
No, they didn't. And so that is fucked up. They should have showed that.
Unless it's
They
gonna be
should
like
have had
a,
the build up to show us, yeah.
I was having a little bit of a conversation with Shane. This episode had a scene. Okay, so we can talk about specifics in a minute.
Yeah.
But the scene in the bar where he's trying to get spit. In the background of the bar are like, I don't know, 10 people that are knocked out on the ground.
Yeah.
What? And is the
There was not a scene. That should have been a scene there.
well.
is
So
the
here's
presumption that's the,
Well, yeah,
the
so-
Boyds?
no. So here's what happened.
Ooh.
No, it's not the Boyds.
Oh, okay.
So Boyd comes in. Madam Boyd comes in. Sabina, whatever her name is, comes in, and she's
matter
talking to him.
now.
And she's like, "I'm sorry about your loss and stuff." She's like, "I heard that was someone down at the local watering hole starting a ruckus, so I came down." And so it was, so Jesse, to get the Boyds to come there.
He kicked some ass.
Kicked a bunch of asses of random dudes. And I wrote, we missed a sweet bar fight.
Yeah.
But he kicked
okay.
a
So that was like
so it
getting
was
them
like
to show up.
like it was getting them to show up because if he walked up to them and was like, "Hey, spit in my face," it's not gonna happen.
Well, he tried that.
Right.
But you're not gonna walk up to someone off the road and be like, "My girlfriend died, also spit on my face."
Before I knew what was
Right.
happening, that was just really awkward. He's like, "You should spit on my face," and she's like, "You should spit on my face. You should spit on my. I'll spit on your grave."
Yeah.
What the hell is happening with these people?
Yeah, they're not real. They're really not good about being sly about the spitting in the face.
I had a question about that.
Okay.
Okay, eventually with all
I've got
that,
an answer to that because you had a thought there.
How
you're reading
hard
my-
is it?
yeah.
How hard is it to get a girl to spit in your face?
well,
It's pretty easy.
I have I feel like that would be pretty easy, but not for Jesse. No, my question is, he needed her saliva for this thing, so he said spit in my face. Eventually, he got her saliva from making
Tongue
out.
scraper,
'Cause-
yeah.
Wouldn't that be contaminated with his own saliva at that point?
So this is my thought. I thought the
Okay.
same thing, and here's my thought on that. So there's two ways that the spit detector can work, right? It can work it can work as a positive test or a negative test. So in a positive test, it would work as in I can detect the spit of a certain person's DNA on this,
okay.
regardless of if there's anything else. A negative test would be this is not anyone in our system.
Okay.
So I think it was a mixture, and it was looking for the DNA of anyone in their system,
Okay.
and so it was kind of a mixy mix.
I feel like in
and
that
I think
case,
it's a risky. That's my only way I could explain it in my head.
in that case, I think it probably was a negative test then, because why would they have her spit on file, but they could have Jesse spit on file because he could just be there,
So
So you
here's
can
a-
say, what's not this? It's hers.
Well, with DNA,
I don't know if that makes sense.
with DNA testing, it's not. There's a lot to it that's not as exact as people understand.
We're also applying this to like Swamp
true.
Witch stuff. Yeah.
I was gonna hold that thought until the end of
Sorry.
this, but with DNA stuff as
logic is great.
loose as DNA, it's gonna sound like I'm a conspiracy theorist, but no. When they talk about what they're comparing to a DNA to another DNA,
he thinks OJ's innocent.
I'm not gonna talk. Let's not talk about OJ. Let's not put ourselves on the block for that. Let's stay away from that topic. Even
Sorry.
too
Sorry.
soon. Too soon.
I apologize.
We cannot joke about.
You can edit that out.
I'm not gonna. It takes too much work. No, yeah, it's a bullshit show about vampires and shit. I was just like, this is gonna be a great explanation.
Yeah.
You know, they do make. There's I've showed it to Nate, but there's a YouTuber that builds weird shit. And he took a N64 controller and he remapped the B button to a audio sensor. So every time you want to use B, you'd have to like scream at it. But his other choices were a moisture sensor where you'd have to lick it every time. Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. So
Here's another thing. Do they have a stack of like wet wipes next to that sensor at the bank so
Nope.
that they can wipe it down every time that somebody
It's
licks it?
New Orleans,
It's
you're making out with everybody there.
Ugh.
No, never.
I went to New Orleans for a weekend. I made out with 0 people. I'm just saying.
You sure went to the bank.
Yeah, you were going to the wrong
I
place.
should have gone to the bank, obviously.
You
Yeah.
got licked left
Yeah.
and right,
Yeah.
man.
Bourbon
A tongue
Street,
magnet.
Jackson Square, all
Square.
that. No licking. But the bank, that's where all the licking is. Okay, I'll remember that
And you
next
can
time.
take that one to the credit union. Next, the dude was playing a piano,
credit
but it
union,
sounded like a
DOD.
harpsichord. Dude was playing a piano, but it sounded like a
Still.
harpsichord. Dude is playing a piano, but it sounded
Sounded
like,
like a
harp.
harpsichord. Okay.
Okay.
Um,
You think maybe it's like a sweet MIDI controller built into a...
it was a grand piano. So yes,
But no. Those guys have those things. Have you seen they go to weddings and stuff? They'll
no,
put-
but the top was up. You could see the strings.
What if he cut it out?
Okay.
He's just saying it's possible.
Funny thing that I liked, Jesse, when they're going in with masks, Jesse's still wearing his
preacher.
clerical collar. Like, who could it be? The
They
one
look-
guy in town who walks around with a clerical
They look like
is-
a guy
it
and
is-
a girl, and one of them's a preacher.
Yeah.
It is New Orleans. I feel like there's probably a few priests in New Orleans.
Sure.
I don't know, and some
Bigger
of them might
Catholic
be
town.
criminals.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah, probably. I mean, just statistically.
Yeah.
So I said something when we were watching this earlier that why do you think that they need, for you, Nate, why do you think that the Allfather, how was it we phrase this? Like, why do you think that the Allfather is so into this? You think, is he in charge of the Vatican or something?
Oh yeah, like what is the relationship between the Grail and mainstream religion?
He's Pope of the Grail.
Okay.
I think he's Pope of the Grail.
So
Or
does
boss.
do you think the Allfather?
There might be a guy above him, but the
I was
Pope.
gonna say, does he answer to anybody?
Well, I think he. I don't think so because if he's the
Their
single
CFO of the
No,
group.
I think he might be high enough up to make the calls because he's the point of contact with Satan from
Okay,
that phone
there's
call.
that.
Like
Yeah.
Satan wouldn't be working with an underling that was too far down. At least he might be working with a vice
What
president.
about Grandma?
I was gonna say, do we still think Grandma has a line to Satan?
That's
Well,
a
I
line
thought
to
that was
Satan.
just a random person who was like,
No, it's a line to Satan.
okay.
That has to be the joke. That has to be the presumption.
Well, does that put Grandma on the same level as the Allfather?
Excellent
The
question.
High Father,
Well,
Allfather.
well, Satan was like, oh yeah, no, Satan was like, what do you want? So it wasn't like, who is this? So it was a dedicated line.
There's no numbers on it.
No.
It's the bat phone.
It
Yeah.
is. It's the bad phone, or it's the Kremlin phone. You know.
Kremlin phone.
Yeah, back in the day, in the 70s, when we were still in the Cold War.
Yeah, there was a phone that the
The
president,
had a red phone that you could pick up and connect straight to the Kremlin for, like, hey, we didn't really send those nukes at you, please don't do anything, you know.
What?
If President Nixon or whoever really needed to talk to the Kremlin, they had a dedicated
Do you think
line
they got
there.
drunk and did pranks? Calling
Oh,
to each
all
other?
the time.
And
All
they,
the
they were
time.
like, no, you, and they, do you think they,
Stop doing that
What are you
motion without
doing?
making the joke. Get
Did
the
they-
joke out and then do the motion.
did they sex phone call?
No,
No,
I don't think that
they were
at all.
I don't
One
think
of them was
Nixon
drunk.
got off on talking to the premier of the Soviet Union. No.
Okay.
Welcome to Wisconsin, Shane.
I thought the South was depraved. I have a thing here.
Yeah.
Which is, okay, at the beginning when Eugene is at the orphanage and he gets adopted, how cool would it have been if we had a scene of the Saint of Killers, like, filling out paperwork? And it's like,
Doing
date
a-
of birth, 1842 or whatever,
Yeah.
you know. That would have been cool. I would have loved to see, like, the paperwork scene. I think they could have done it well.
I want the lady over her shoulder like an initial there.
Yeah. And it's just putting X on every
But
time.
I also feel like the other option is that place was so desperate to get rid of everybody that they were just like, fire sale. I don't care who you are.
It
Just
was
come in,
real. It was
take
real.
a kid.
Like they didn't even do it like a home like
home
inspection
visit, yeah.
visit to see if this place was like fit.
Well, they
suitable.
said make us an offer, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really trivializes the whole.
It's a huge
adoption
background
process.
check process.
Yeah, it's
Speaking of
Normally,
someone
yeah.
who's been through the process, it's a huge process.
there you go.
You know. So
He adopted me.
yep, he is my child.
That's why he moved here.
yeah.
He's like, I own you now. That's how
Yeah.
it works.
And now they're both my gay uncles, and I came to come visit them.
Yep.
Yeah.
well, now that that's out there,
Gunkles.
oh
Yep.
god,
When we go out, we'll still continue wearing the same.
I wasn't gonna change.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not gonna change mine either. I want to match you guys as well.
Cool.
So
if
anyway,
you're for those of you listening, not watching, we're all three of us wearing the same shirt.
yep, they were all three
three
wearing the
exact
exact
same
same
shirt.
shirts. Holy cow!
We got him that one time all three of us went to Portland.
Yep. Remember we visited Milady Sadie?
I got mad about a football game.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
came in, track mud. You kept
All over the house.
You kept throwing your recycling in the garbage and getting in trouble
It's
for
not
it.
his fault. He didn't know about recycling.
He just didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alabama makes you pay to recycle.
I'm sure that if he were to go visit somewhere else, he would think about recycling.
Think about recycling.
Or no, did they make you pay or they pay for it? Yeah, Alabama's the worst place as far as
Alabama
recycling
just
goes.
doesn't have recycling, at least not where I live.
No, it's impossible.
Not an option.
Here, you like have to, and like they don't even make you separate it.
They
It's
hold you
weird.
at gunpoint and they say, you are going to fucking put this in the paper bin.
I actually just heard recently that there's a lot of problems at recycling here in Madison because so many people are recycling stuff that you shouldn't recycle. Like if it's got food on it, you can't recycle that.
So you have to carefully take all the separate... Okay, cool.
You
Good to know.
carefully separate. It didn't have food in it.
Okay, well, if I have, like,
Everything
my
else was
to-go
styrofoam.
box and I'm going to throw it away, usually it has a few crumbs still in it, you
And
know.
a lot of times that's styrofoam too, so you don't
Oh.
recycle that.
You're right. I am an idiot.
I just
Now
use
you see where we
recycling.
are
I just
in
use
this.
recycling as the recycling container as a second trash can.
Yet somehow, that's what most people do. Somehow though, cans are okay. Cans are always okay. Anyway, there's a thing with it. I don't think it's as airtight as a lot of people think it is. Conspiracy theory. Back to the episode.
Yes.
So stuff, the overarching of everything. And if
You think we should, like, talk about specific storylines instead of just
I'm
going all
gonna
over
do
the
it
place?
over like a big overview.
Okay.
And when you guys see places that there's still stuff you want to talk about,
Okay.
jump in and fucking
Okay.
stop me.
I will.
Grandma's house, we got Cassidy. Still separate, because we talked about last week, like this is the first time we had them actually separate.
But equal.
Cassidy stuff, what do you feel not equal?
No,
Well,
I was making
separate
a,
but equal,
I was
not a
making.
thing.
I was making a
For the record, even though I'm from Alabama, separate but equal, not a thing.
no.
Okay, alright, okay, alright. I don't know what I was going to say next.
It's a
one.
segregation.
I'm on the
I was
side,
waiting for you
I'm
guys
on the
to say
side of
something
civil
else.
rights, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, we like civil rights.
Completely understand.
Okay.
Kind of back away and go back into the episode.
This is my first time on a TV show. I want to be clear. Okay.
Yeah, the TV show on TV. HBO, in fact.
Everyone watches TV on the same device they watch this on.
So we're talking about the cast storyline?
That's true.
Right?
That one. So what do you think, if this guy was one of your equals in a certain way, trying to skirt around that, the weird, the lame vampire, the whack vampire, if...
I don't know if he's that whack, man. He's pretty cool. He do a lot of cool stuff.
He's kind of whack. He's a little.
He's not as cool as Cass is.
vampire.
I would rather be like Cass, honestly, without the drug addictions.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you hung out with Cass, you'd wind up dead.
But I'm saying that he also has more powers than Cass does. He can do some cool stuff.
Very much. That's what I'm saying. If you had somebody that was your equal in something that you couldn't find anybody else in, but they were just like, hello, I'm a vampire. And
Spelled
I'm
with a Y.
very
Vampire.
cool, and people from Hot Topic hang out with me. Would you stick around with this dude?
Probably not. My
I
question
mean,
about that...
he got real at the end though when he talking about like I need a friend. Like he was.
Yeah,
got
he's
real.
like, aren't you looking for a friend? Which I thought was great. That
Yeah,
guy.
I feel like
the
you got.
actor's doing a
I feel
great
like
job.
once you get. I feel like once you get because he had. You're right. He was putting on a thing. He's putting on a whole show. But I think once you could if Cassidy became the guy's friend, he could strip that away and make the guy's like, okay, let's be real. In a year, 5 years, 20 years, guy will have a regular haircut.
And a
Do
regular
you think
shirt.
he's just like constantly
100
years behind the time? And so in 100 years, he'll look like today, but everybody else will have progressed?
I want to talk about this. 19,
Okay.
19 languages. Bullshit. And I'll tell you why.
Yeah, how many languages are there?
No,
At least 5.
There's only like 7.
there's only like 7. No.
Pig Latin,
Fucking name more than 7.
Cobol,
Bullshit.
No, so
Trent Sellers hates metric system. Claims there's only
unless
7
unless we're working under the assumption that vampires have a better memory.
Klingon.
It's 2. So they.
Hold on, let me say my
sorry.
thing. Unless I was, but then you guys kept doing jokes. Okay, so unless we're working under the assertion that yes, this is a very serious issue. So unless we're working under the assumption that vampires have a better memory than human beings, then that's not. I don't buy this. Remembering languages from yesteryear, and I'll give you an example because you're going to say give us an example. And I'll tell you what. Back in 2002 through 2005, I went to grad school and I studied Hebrew and Greek, and I was really good at those languages. Could I read with those languages today? I could probably pick out the letters and maybe the roots, the root verbs and stuff. I would not be as good. Give me another 10 years, I'll know even less. And so I'm saying if you learned a language 100 years ago, you don't know that language anymore. Unless, like I said from the beginning, my thesis statement, vampires have a better memory than human beings.
Counter rebuttal. Vampires have a better everything than human beings. They don't age. They don't get sick. They don't hurt. Why would their brains not?
So
not
the
age?
brains
Their brain stays refreshed just like their body does.
You do
like
know,
a baby, because babies are super smart
do
and
know
can keep
that,
learning.
like,
Well, babies don't even have any wrinkles in their brains, but
Yeah.
You know how like people that are not like from America
I don't know if that's true.
usually speak multiple languages?
Yes.
Well, he's already not from America.
Yeah, but 100 years later, he's not going to remember.
I don't think that's
I don't see why
Egyptian.
not if his brain
doesn't
is
deteriorate.
renewing or whatever.
Yeah, it's
Well,
the same brain.
then in that case,
But I think to my point, no, I think 19's ridiculous because again, not that many languages.
There's people today
but
who speak 19 languages.
yeah.
they're lying to you. They're making
No.
up some of those.
No, you know-
I speak the language of numbers. That's one of them.
Oh god.
No, you can like.
But my point is that people that have a mind for that, like, it's like music. Like a person that has a mind for music can usually play multiple instruments.
Yeah, you want the
With
second instrument's
languages.
easier, the third instrument's even easier. With
But-
languages,
and a
it's
lot
the
of
same thing. And I
languages
could
are
say for
related.
that as a former linguist.
I mean, like
But-
Spanish and Italian and all, there's a lot of romance. They're all related. You know,
I think
so
he's
it's similar.
I think he's calling out some that might be lumped. I think he's like people kind of lump those, but he's like, well, I'm gonna count them as extra ones to make 19.
I speak Spanish and Portuguese. They're basically the same. They're not really basically the same, but they're.
But I think that it makes more sense that he would. But I see what you're saying about 100 years. But I think it all goes back to the
Vampire.
licking a handprint to get into a bank vault.
I have another thing about that
Yes.
scene.
Yes.
Okay, which is All right, so Cass is there with the group at first.
Yeah.
And he leaves. He comes back for the ceremony.
Yeah.
And the ceremony turns out to be that old vamp guy is turning people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cass gets upset.
Mm-hmm.
What did Cass think that ceremony was gonna be? When he knew
I
there was
knew
a
it was gonna be
ceremony
swinging
coming.
bit, yeah.
Yeah, it had to be. It was like, who's
What was
gonna
he
join?
expecting? Why did he get upset? What was he expecting the
I
ceremony?
don't know. Maybe he knew what to expect, but he wasn't really prepared to see it. Like,
Maybe,
you know, like
pissed
how
him
you're
off
like,
after he saw
like
it.
let's say you're asked to like slaughter a lamb, and then you're like,
How
okay, I
many
can
times
slaughter
in your
a lamb.
life have you been asked to slaughter a lamb?
More than either of us.
0 times.
Oh, not even once?
No, Levi did all the slaughtering. Yeah.
No wonder.
God. So you get asked.
Ah!
I'll give you a real
Did you
example.
cry when they asked you to do it?
I cried
And
when
then
I
Levi
had
was
to.
like, oh,
I cried when I had to kill a gopher.
Levi would. I would too. Levi
But I
would-
did. I thought I could do it.
The day no pigs would die.
God, poor fucking Levi had to do.
All
He's
of the
one-
hard work.
They were his sheep. They weren't my sheep.
He raised them up,
Oh.
Yeah.
and then he slaughtered them.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he had his arm up there.
That's
and
how
like,
food works.
No, it doesn't. They have grocery stores. You poor guy. You can just buy food.
Yeah.
I
You
go
think
to work,
No, you have to have an ID to buy food
and
at
they
the
give
grocery
me
store.
these dirty pieces of paper.
You have to have a photo ID to buy food at the grocery store.
Yeah.
I have that too. I took
Okay.
a picture, and they
I
put
get
on
it.
ID. I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't worry about it.
It's just current events. Well, let's move on.
We'll tell you later.
Yeah.
This is another hot button topic.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's a hot button talk. Hot button. Humper doo doo. Is that his shit?
I guess
yes.
there's 3 stories really going on.
Humper doo doo. Is that shit? Is that his? Most of it. That was funny.
Yeah.
I wonder how many shits are in there.
Also,
So at least 2.
You mean the word shit?
No.
Or shits put together into
Yeah.
to make the
shit
humper
stew?
doo doo.
Yeah.
Oh.
2 minimum.
I think you
you
could
think-
do it with one really liquid one if you mix in some toilet water in there.
Here's a question.
Like a watercolor.
Humperdew can at least tap dance. Mm-hmm. Do you think Humperdew is potty trained?
No.
Well, he peed on Jesse in that episode we met him.
But was he meaning to do that?
Yeah, I think he's potty trained.
Okay.
I think he just thinks pee and
It's
poo
fun.
is funny, and
Yeah.
it is. He can write. He can write his own name and make a funny pun out of it.
I'm so ready for this Humperdew shit to be fucking moving forward. God damn it.
That's
so
what Hair
tired.
Star said.
Yeah, I'm so tired of this Cold War of we're gonna get this like ready, and then we're gonna have one little thing.
I do feel
Like one little thing's gonna change this week. Oh, isn't that whimsical?
Do you think that the Allfather and the Grail as an organization, do you think that they have put all of their eggs into this Humperdew basket for generations now of breeding the descendant of Christ?
No.
Do you think that they are the only reason they're supporting Humperdew is because, God damn it, this is what we've got?
They're pot committed.
No.
Okay.
I think it looks like that. I
Okay.
think that's the purpose, but I think the reason that the Allfather was laughing is because
He wants the world to burn.
There it is. He's working out a deal with the devil. We know this.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, ha ha ha, if this is our Jesus Christ, they're all going to hell. So I don't know what his end game is. I don't know if he's like, maybe he'll sort out more people and there'll be less people going to heaven. Or if he wants more people to go to hell, if the devil's buying his way into something.
Is the hierarchy
But no,
working? If
he
God's
wants
not
them to
around,
fail.
if God's not around, is the hierarchy working? Are good people going to heaven? Are bad people going to hell?
You guys ask a lot of really great questions.
Well, that is a good question. I don't know.
How do you lick the wall and they open the thing?
So
19 languages. Who's going to hell? I don't know.
I think they have a system worked out in place because there's like
It's gotta be on
the
autopilot to an
CEO
extent.
doesn't
Well,
involve himself in mailing
Yeah.
the
We
letters.
That's micromanaging.
We saw last season that Hell was working sort of on a system of just keep doing what we've been doing.
Until something weird happens.
Exactly. Yeah, like Hell was like, okay, God's disappeared, but we're still going to be torturing these people. Eugene shows up. Okay, we'll put him in a room. But I feel like it's all operating on autopilot. We haven't seen Heaven yet, have we?
We
Not
saw
really, kind of.
just by a video.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that kind of goes back to the overall message of like who is at the wheel. Jesus take the wheel. We can't. He's not there. Well, God's gone anyways.
Humperdew's around.
And Humperdew is the new Jesus. I don't know. I'm hoping that we are moving towards finding out what the that's what I'm looking for. Motives. The motives of the people of like the Allfather. I'd like to know where that's going by the end of the season, and that not still be hanging over.
Yeah.
I think that needs to be answered more than anything else.
You think
I
that's
will
the end game
accept-
of this season?
I hope so. I absolutely hope so. I want that to be where we're going. I'll stay at Grandma's house next season for a little while to get that. But if you don't give me that, they better be fucking gone from Grandma's house. One or the other, I can't.
I want the show to adopt a model of early seasons Walking Dead, where each season they're going somewhere different, where we're not in
that
the
was
same
good.
place over a long period of time.
Yeah. Remember those days? The fun days. Those were the good times.
They were never that great.
They were better than some seasons. Okay,
So, what else you guys got on the episode? Because
I got 2 more points,
I have one more point.
which are just
that is a total of 3 points. I speak the language of numbers.
I speak numbers language.
Ladies?
okay. Number 1, stupid point, but
There's only 2 people watch it. Ladies?
the Allfather kills people by sitting on their face. I thought people sitting on people's faces was supposed to be sexy.
Yeah.
I
To
thought that
some
was a
people.
thing.
It is
Okay.
a kink. Yeah.
Yeah, but if your face explodes, probably not, right?
It depends.
Something
Whose
explodes.
face? Yeah. Look, to my point, I always bring up about any kinks. There are people that are into bugs being crushed on
I was
them.
mostly making a joke there.
Well, I mean, you can at least get your head exploded one time.
Yeah.
It might be exciting that, oh, my head's about to explode. I'm kind of tap dancing around something I don't
It's
want
not
to
something
say.
you can repeat.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I had was, okay, what makes... Sorry.
Hold on, I just picture you being like, I was lied to. Face sitting was supposed to be sexy.
And then the
that's
other-
the injustice for this.
The other thing I had was, what makes this other vampire more powerful than Cass? Do we think it's like, if you turn more people, you become more powerful? If you turn more willing people or more good people, do you become more powerful?
I think
That's
that's
how it
what
works?
they're saying, but it could be wrong.
That's the assumption I have, but it wasn't explicitly
Okay.
said.
He could think that that's it, but I feel like he's done enough research to figure out how to do it that his point, I don't think he's hiding anything. I think he's like, yeah, turn good people that are willing, and you get to fly and be a cat.
I was wondering whether it was like, you don't have to have turned people. Like, maybe my thought was maybe all vampires have the potential to fly and turn into cats and mesmerize people, but Cass just hasn't explored it because he hasn't had anybody to train him. Maybe it's just the
It
sort
could
of
be
thing where
that.
you-
It could be that. You just I don't. Cass doesn't seem like someone who like will try to achieve inner peace
No.
so
I
he
think
can
that
learn
Cass-
so he can like learn fighting.
I think
Kung
Cass
Fu.
got
I
he
know,
got
Kung Fu.
turned
Yeah.
he got turned 119 well 80 something years ago. Sorry,
Yeah.
he got turned 80 something years ago, and he didn't have guidance, and he just sort of like went into the world and was like, oh shit, I guess I can't go out in the sun
Kind of like what he
anymore.
did to his own son. Mm-hmm.
Yes, left on his own, no training.
Oh.
I would like to see him and this new guy whose name I cannot remember.
Lord Fauntleroy!
Sure, Lord Fauntleroy. I would love to see the two.
Fauntleroy.
I want to see a training montage. I want to see him teach him how to be a vamp. Like, here's how you fly. Here's it is. And Cass doesn't want to fly, I'm sure, but Cass probably wants to mesmerize people. And I was
he
saying
wants to
this,
be able to say, hey, that's the question I had.
I was saying this earlier that I want to see what kind of cat Cass turns into. I want to see him be like
I bet you it would be like a
his
calico.
Yeah.
I want to see him be like the cat that has like a scar on his eye and like a missing ear chunk and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
you know?
The one that goes out at night.
Eats like whole fish skeletons.
Yeah. Oh yeah, on a trash can lid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got a bunch of cool happening other cats that hang out
Yeah.
with him.
One of them
they're in a band.
plays a
What we're asking
bass
for-
with one string.
All right. So what we're asking for is a live action Heathcliff.
Yes, we're
Okay,
watching.
yeah.
We
For
want
years. For fucking years. I like Garfield, but look what you did with that one. Make Heathcliff.
Heathcliff is so much cooler than Garfield.
Thank you.
All right.
What Thin Lizzy song did I think of when Vampire Dude goes, attractive woman, come here?
Go ahead and buzz in because I don't know a Thin Lizzy song.
All I can think of right now is Boys Are Back in Town. What do you got?
Jailbreak, and there's a part where he's like, he's listing all these things that are gonna happen when they go out jailbreak. Tonight there's gonna be a jailbreak. So I think it's.
Oh, I
jailbreak.
do know that.
And then
I
he's
don't
like,
know this.
tonight there's gonna be. And
I
anyways,
thought it was tonight's going to be a something fight.
no.
I'm thinking of something else. Though.
So then he goes. Then he says, all systems fail. Something sirens wail. Hey you, good-looking female, come here. It's my favorite line because it's like he's just like
Don't
he
you wish you could say that
needs
to a
another
girl?
he needs
Well,
another
no,
ale.
because that's-
He needs another ale, and so he goes, come here, good-looking female, and then he goes about to go into the chorus, but he's like, come here.
Okay, yes, you could say that to a woman, but you can't. You can't wish that you could say that like a vampire because then you're just controlling her and you're...
No.
Okay.
What I mean is like...
As a line.
There's a lot of cool lines like that where it's not like a pickup line, like where you're like, it hurt when it fell from heaven. But like, there's things you hear in songs where people say things to women in a bar, and I guess, nowadays, let's have more men do it to men and women to women. Let's do this shit. Because what's sexy is sexy. And it'd be cool to say it to somebody that's into that. That's what you want that person to be into it. If you just say it to like a rando,
I'm just making sure you're not into mesmerism or anything.
Searchlight on my tail. Tonight's the night all systems fail. No, searchlight on my trail. Tonight's the night all systems fail. Hey, you good-looking female, come here.
I think if you can play the guitar and say that at the same time, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're walking down the bar on top of it.
Yeah.
Kicking drinks over, tequila style. And then you come here.
Come here.
Well, if you say that, but not in a glamour way or a mesmerizing way, and you say it, it's a big dick move.
Mm-hmm. I will say that I liked that old Fauntleroy guy.
Yeah.
Fauntleroy.
Make out with the girl, make out with the dude.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And her girl and her dad.
Yeah.
That was her dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the joke.
I thought that was her date. Oh.
No, they were sitting kind of, I thought, yeah, me too. But no, and I think...
Because Cass came back, she's like, no good, she's with her dad. And then after they're making out with the guy and it turns into the cat, girl goes to him, Dad? Let's go, Dad.
Oh. Nobody can turn invisible. Oh, yeah.
So check this, my last point that I had. Because that, the jailbreak reference was not my last point. My last point I wanted to make was I liked the comic booky, cartoonish fat suit that Allfather was wearing. Because it would be insensitive and body shaming if it looked like an actual fat guy would look.
Good point, actually.
Like it's a guy whose body is up to here.
It looks like those inflatable sumo things that people do.
Which I love those.
Yeah.
I love skinny people putting on fat suits. It makes me so happy.
So I like that. I like that. You could tell
Every
they pack
movie
some
he
stuff
owns
on
is the Clumps.
Yeah, he likes every movie.
All 8 of them. You didn't know they were right, did you? We're gonna watch them this weekend.
It's Christmas with the Clumps.
Welcome to
Christmas
Wisconsin.
Eve with the Clumps.
Halloween with the Clumps.
Yeah.
Clumps break out of jail.
Clumpsgiving.
Okay. The thing that we didn't talk about.
Clump. Who's there? It's the Clumps.
Guess who's clumping to dinner? The thing that we didn't talk about is...
Go clump yourself.
Allfather eats the horse, has dialogue.
Clump, please.
Takes and uses a vomit stick to vomit.
I loved it.
A dedicated vomit stick.
Fancy.
We invented that. I just want to put that out there. You were there in spirit. We go back to the days where we talked about Breaking Bad on the Behind the Cutting Edge Network. There was an episode of Breaking Bad where Gus takes his jacket off and he lays it nice and folded, and then he sits down. And I said in the podcast, I felt like he was going to pull out like maybe I didn't say
a custom vomit stick?
I think I added the jewel encrusted part, and somebody else said that he was going to pull out a stick and use that to make himself vomit because Gus was so classy. And then the Allfather has a stick to make himself vomit. That didn't exist until it was created.
Go to Wikipedia, figure out which episode that is, and then go back to the Baltic Effect, and then find that episode, and then listen to it, and then forward to the point where you're talking about that, and you'll see that they talked about the vomit stick.
All you got to do, just do those easy steps. So anything else before we hit the mailbag?
No.
I'm good.
Nate, you want to take us out?
Let's take it out to the mailbag. If you want to send us questions or emails, where should they send them, Shane?
I know.
Yeah.
Send them to balticeffect@gmail.com.
Now,
That's
Nate,
right, balticeffect@gmail.com.
Now, Nate, where do you think it's going to go?
I just did it. It's going to
You
be
think
right
it's
there.
going to go right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did this, and he did that.
Did you see what I did last week with it?
No, I haven't watched last
You
week.
should have it like spinning.
Yeah, that's come on. That would take like 5 minutes.
That's like word art on Microsoft Word 97.
It would take like 5 minutes. You hear? Five whole minutes.
This email is from Bricktails.
Woohoo!
Hello, gentlemen, and
Hola.
love the new hat.
He didn't even know I was going to be here.
He didn't. Love the new hat. Very cabaret.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure about the Lone Star Orphanage. It started in 1828, back when Texas was still
1820 what?
Nate. Back when Texas was still part of Mexico.
That's on Bricktails, not Santa
but I don't think they've improved their construction standards since then.
Wow, that's cool.
When the Saint of all killers.
I mean, the year that he threw that in there.
It was on a plaque in the background.
When was Wisconsin become a state?
1993.
Correct.
Ooh, when did Alabama become a state? I know this one.
1993.
Very good. 1919.
Oh,
1848 in
Or 1819. Wait, maybe 1819.
Yeah.
1993.
Check Wikipedia.
When the Sandoval killers threw that woman through the wall, because he's talking about the construction standards, we're going back to the email. When the Sandoval killers threw that woman through the wall, it wasn't much thicker than paper mache. Papier mache. Also,
Les enfants du change.
also they said...
los pontons revier.
Keep going. Sorry. France.
Also, they sent over the announcement that Eugene was adopted. Then she said that Saint was his new foster parent. Okay, I suppose that's nitpicky. I thought the same. Those are not.
They don't care about that.
Aside from the brief glimpse of Eugene, sorry, I always mispronounce that. This episode broke down into 3 parts: the heist, the vampires, and the Grail. I always get those mixed up. Nothing that much that was too interesting with the Grail. Grail.
It's that silent H and
Yeah. We essentially found out that the big fat guy is here and he knows about Jesse. Oh, and Airstar's head looks like a penis, which is why he's been wearing hats.
That big fat guy has a name. Or at least a title. We don't know his name.
I don't remember when he got chopped in the head, and I don't feel like going back and rewatching to find out. I've been power watching.
The true sign of a hot show. I don't feel like going back and watching. We're only 6 into the season. I'm not condemning you, Brickdales. I'm agreeing with you.
Hey, he's willing to write emails about this show. He cares about this show
He
somewhat.
puts a little more effort than we do.
Yeah.
Into it. You and him did put more effort into it than we do.
I write emails sometimes.
We just stand here and say whatever comes to our mind. You
Hey,
guys actually put it.
Start writing a song about a show that you hate, and then talk to me about putting in work. All right.
You're right.
Just kidding.
You're right.
No, I'm just kidding.
What are you talking about?
He wrote songs for every episode of Under the Dome.
I was wanting you to plug it.
Under the Dome on the Baltic Effect Network.
Best podcast we've ever done. No, they were amazing, and he put out an album, and he's putting out a second album. Bother him to put it out finally. It's good shit.
Space Monarchs from Space. Okay, continue.
Yeah, I want to start writing. I want to start recording album 3 first because the album 3 songs
it's
are better
easier.
than album 2 songs. Even I think they're better songs.
It's also easier for you to do.
Yeah. All right.
I know you too well.
I've been power watching through back seasons of The Walking Dead, so I've seen a lot of walkers get machetes or axes in the head, so it's hard to keep track.
Woof.
Vampire stuff was fun, but a sad Cassidy kind of depresses me.
Sure. Yeah.
I like my Cassidy drunk, angry, indignant, or giddy, but when he's just kind of moping after Tulip, I'm curious to see what happens with him and the vampire cult. Best part, though, was the heist. You know, I was hoping for during the heist, this is Nate again talking, but I was hoping during the heist they'd be like, all right, first I'm going to go and do this, then you do this, and then they talk it over, and then the heist happens while they're describing it, like in movies.
Yeah. But then something goes wrong.
Yeah.
Good old classic.
And
yeah.
And then where will you be this whole time when we're doing all the work?
And then it turns out the part that went wrong was part of the plan the whole time.
Yeah, I know where you was. You was in there smooching with your brother. Oh, wait, smooching with my brother?
With my brother.
You just turned the fake movie from Home Alone into an incest movie. That's great.
Might as well be. Who gives a shit? Although, I will say, since I've already taken us off on this, when that happens, Tim Curry's reaction is the best reaction of any movie, of anything, any person's ever done. He's like that. It's so good. R.I.P.D. Tim Curry.
He's alive.
Okay.
Someday soon. Someday eventually.
He's not doing well, dude. So maybe.
What if this takes me a long time?
He's
to
doing
figure out?
okay. He was in the
He was
in the
really
Rocky
okay?
Horror Picture thing.
Okay. He just looks.
The
How did he
remake.
just pass away?
No, he's alive. He had a stroke, but he's alive.
Yay! We'll get better soon.
He's not doing great, but he's alive.
Best part though was the heist.
Thank you.
It was over too soon, IMO, but at least we got to see a half-naked TC running with a goat. So
At
funny.
least, yeah,
And
we
his-
were all waiting
His
for it.
floppy dingle, like, just so good.
Oh, I have to say something about that. Is that since I got here, we watched it again today, and they have like this enormous projection screen thing.
128 inches.
That's right.
So
Thought you were
got to
gonna
watch
jump in
that.
with me.
Got to watch that swinging all over that screen.
It was at least like that on the big screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like life size.
We were
Yeah,
talking.
oh,
a
yeah,
normal
yeah,
person would
yeah,
be.
yeah. At least as big as normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shane had said something about that, and I go, unless it's his dick goozle. Unless it's turkeys have that goozle. Maybe he has one of those for his dick. So he has like a dick, and he's also got a
He
dick
knows a
goozle.
lot about turkey anatomy. I don't know.
Yeah, he does. Weirdo.
You don't have a dick goozle? Missing.
My doctor never said anything about it. I don't know.
You should pick one up. They're not expensive.
Well, guys, with all my love, you ugly, you crazy, and I think you might be stupid too. This is the end of the line. This email ends here. Bricktails.
We love you, Bricktails.
Yeah, thanks,
Thank
man.
you, Bricktails.
Well, anything else before we go?
I'm good.
Yeah, I want to get this put up. Let's go have food and booze.
Yeah, food and booze.
Then you can enjoy your vacation here.
I'm already enjoying it because I'm with you guys.
Aww. Well, until next time, Nate is nice.
Shane is nice.
Trent is nice.
Stella's a pretty kitty,
And we love you.
You could.
Now that he's brought every bit of instrumentation
All my
up
fun
here,
stuff.
you were like, I'll just go Buzz. I think we should just go Buzz.